Hi, I'm Ann, and I want to say up front, I'm doing this for selfish reasons, but I am going to share it. So this is obviously a time that a number of us have gone through this, but I don't always work through things the way other people do. So this is my way of recording as I go through a second bout of cancer, which at this point is undetermined what cancer it is. So just to give you some background, I initially in 2015 went in for my mammogram, found out I had cancer in my left side. Through all that, I found out I had the BRCA1 gene. So that first experience was devastating because even though I had it only in one side, I faced an increased chance of, I think at that time, I think they told me 87% chance I could get it back on the other side. So I had to face the choice, do I have just one side done? Or do I just say, let's just get it all done? So in that experience, and this is a big reason I'm doing this, is because, no case is the same, none. And everybody's going to deal different. Okay, and give me a minute because I do look for my happy. But remembering back, and the only reason I'm doing this is because I want everybody to make sure you trust your doctors. Make sure that you're comfortable with the team working on you. Because at that time, the first team I was referred to, very cold, no bedside manner. You've got cancer, you're just going to have to deal with it. I mean, that's the attitude I got. And I called back the Breast Cancer Resource Center and I said, they're not touching me. I just can't do it. And so they did find me a wonderful, wonderful team. And I did choose to go through the bilateral mastectomy. I chose reconstruction from my own body, which is, it was good for me. Okay. I don't want to give you any opinions because this is that's where I'm really having a difficult time, and I don't want to join a support group because I could walk into one where it's all emotional about the down things that happened. And as I go through this, happy is very important. And forgive me, my puppies are playing. They're happy to have me home, and we'll even get to that. So anyway, 2 years, 7 surgeries later, the first time around, I didn't have to go through chemo or radiation. One moment, leave it. Leave it. So I was very blessed on that point. Yeah, I had a lot of downtime, but everything was great. I got through it, and again, I did that without support groups because I am one who likes to just close off. I need to deal with it in my own time. So, I need 3 minutes to go cry. I go cry. I get up and I go do something else. It's important to keep moving forward. I can't lean on someone else. And that's just my nature. And somebody else, that might be just what you need to do, or you just might need to hear what's happened. So, I just want to make that point. And there is one thing that after going through that experience, I think it's very important too, when you meet people who have gone through it or are going through it, listen to what they need or what they don't need. I had friends that I just had to stop taking phone calls from because I said, I'm good. I'm good. I got this. And I'd get phone calls where, no, that's not how you feel. Tell me how you really feel. I am. No, you're not. Tell me, Ann, how you, and I just had to stop taking those phone calls. And as I was done all my treatment, I went to a funeral. Very good friend's daughter had stage 4 breast cancer. Had finished her first round of chemo, things like that. And somebody come up and asked her about it. And, she said, yeah, I had stage 4 breast cancer. And the woman looked at her and went, congratulations. I went, oh my God. And I wasn't the only one. Everybody's face just went. And this poor woman's face was just devastated. Here was somebody telling her congratulations. And then they turn, oh, well, I met because you're still here. Okay. That might have made her feel better, but it just tore this poor woman up. And so, not every shoe fits. So, and I, like I said, I healed, I went back to work, everything was great. And so 2015 is now 2021. So that was 6 years ago. Yay me. And about 3 months ago, I'm just, I just retired in June. I'm going around the house and gosh, every time I bent down, I was getting dizzy and I was like, oh, and of course I get sinus stuff in the fall. So I thought, okay, it's just something related to that. And finally I just said, okay, let me call the doctor. And well, I couldn't get in, with this COVID and stuff, appointments are hard to find. So one morning, it just was getting really bad and I started swelling, but again, I'm not breaking up. So I got up dizzy. My beloved puppy woke me up at 3 a.m. and I looked at my face and I thought, oh my gosh. And so I woke my 20-year-old up and I said, Mom's real dizzy. I don't want to go sit in the emergency room, but could you just kind of sit up with me, please? And, and we just made arrangements that he'd transport me to another son's house on the way to work, just so I wasn't left alone and, have something serious happen until patient first could open up. So I get over there, they go ahead and they give me steroids, amoxicillin, treat me for a sinus infection and send me home. Follow up with your doctor. Okay, so I finished my medicine. The swelling in my face comes back. And I mean, I'm talking huge. Eyes, swollen half shut, really bad. So I called my primary care. They got me a virtual appointment. So I go through the virtual appointment. They think, well, it could be stuff that, just got into your flesh from the sinus infection, or it could be your lisinopril. They had some fancy name for it. That's probably what it is. And okay, so they take me off the lisinopril. They go ahead and, they don't want to give me anything yet. So, Okay, so we're just waiting for, that to go on. And 2 days later, I wake up swelling even worse. So at that point, I'm stubborn. I'll admit that. I hung out all day and the swelling did not decrease. It kept going up. So I had my 20-year-old that night at like 8 o'clock at night. I said, all right, I need to go to the emergency room. Went in, they got all the history. They took a CAT scan of my head, see if they could see anything going on. No, again, I got steroids, sent back home. So, excuse me. Like I said, this is just laid back. This is for me, and anybody who wants to watch it. And so Saturday, I'm sitting there. It was Friday or Saturday. I can't remember what day. I'm having my dinner. And the swelling now is increasing. I can't stand this, way down here. This is swelling. And my arms start swelling. So I tried to stand to see if maybe I could have the boys run me. And I said, call 911 now. I said, I can't get up. I said, I'm going to go down. I can't go up. Get up. So the ambulance came. And I did manage with support. I did walk to the ambulance. Again, stubborn me. As long as they were supporting me, I was going. Got to the hospital and kind of actually got, and I know a lot of people abuse the emergency room. So, I understand too where they come from. So got to the hospital and, kind of looking at me like, what are you doing coming in an ambulance? Da, 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 da. But they did go ahead and request another CAT scan. This time they went down to the chest. What was happening is I had superior vena cava, SVC syndrome, the largest vessel coming out of my heart, which pumps our fluid and our cells and the oxygen to our brains and upper body, had a mass around it, cutting off all that flow of fluids. I got a very apologetic look at that point from the medical staff. So I was facing congestive heart failure because my fluids were not flowing. I could still breathe, had a little trouble eating. So I had to wait 24 hours in that hospital before they could find me a bed in an oncology unit in another hospital. So there I spent, until yesterday afternoon, 10 days, heart monitor all the time, steroids, constant checking. I was still independent once the swelling went down a little bit. I mean, it took a while, and I still have some swelling. You can see I'm kind of a mess here, but that's good. That's good compared to what I was at. And I was safely able to come home without worrying about my heart having to fail. But again, here I am. They've done biopsies. I do have a carcinoma. So thankfully, they can now do radiation because it is near that vessel. Could be lung, but it's indeterminate because some of the markers are there, but then others say negative for lung. So I am still in limbo in my complete plan. I have radiation scheduled for the next 2 weeks, have a PET scan next week to see if it's anywhere else in my body and to see if they can identify a source. Where did the cancer on this vessel come from? So that's where I'm at. And, as I've been going through this, I've been doing a lot of thinking. Okay, it's 10 days in the hospital. I'm writing little notes down to myself, what's, how I was feeling, what I, felt about different sports. I had other people ask me, well, if you're going to be having to go through those treatments, I can tell you about them. I said, no, stop. Don't tell me about the treatments. Okay. And this is, like I said, this is where I get kind of selfish because, or maybe not selfish. It's just my way of dealing. But okay, let the doctor tell me what some of the side effects might be. That's good. But I don't want to hear other experiences because not every experience is the same. So, what somebody went through with radiation may never happen with me. What somebody goes through in chemo may never happen with me. I may even end up with immunotherapy as a third thing down the road. That's okay. At this point, when I had the breast cancer, I was saying, I don't want to do radiation. I don't want to do chemo. I don't want to do this. Well, obviously this time where it is, I have no choice. It's do it or my heart stops. I'm just not ready to, just put the brakes on like that yet. So, but I like to go into things without other people's preconceived ideas or opinions. And that's what I hope when I do these videos, that I will do. I'll just, talk about the way I deal with it, and for myself, how I get through it. I love to be very positive. While I was in the hospital, I was mobile. There was other patients who weren't. Being a retired teacher, I have a habit of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning. I would used to get up and, by the time you come home at the end of the day, I was a special ed teacher. I was wiped. There was no way I was sitting down to work on lessons after I got home after a long day. So I would get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and work on my lessons. It was quiet. Nobody was up. I had my coffee. So that's become a very enjoyable time for me because I get up now, even though I'm not doing lessons. First thing, I pull out my tablet. I read some scripture. That's just the way I start my day. I might play a few games, have that 1 cup of coffee. I'll get up, and I'm also a type 2 diabetic. So, eventually I'll get up and make sure I have my, balanced breakfast. And then I, silly as it seems, but the dogs like it, I only eat the egg white. So of course I have to fry up those egg yolks for my babies. So, and they enjoy that added to their food in the morning. So, I'll get up and do that. So at the hospital, I get up at 3 in the morning, want my cup of coffee. Well, nurses showed me where it was. I went and made coffee. They actually appreciated it. One morning, they were, kind of with critical patients, and, and at those times it takes them a while to come back. It was like an hour and a half. And I said, oh, I've got to have my shower. So yeah, probably wasn't supposed to, but I went down the hall. I said, I'm going to take a shower. And they said, okay, I'll let your nurse know. Well, again, the nurse didn't come in. And so I unplugged my own wires. I had a portable though. So, taped up my IV, made sure it was covered, and climbed in the shower, and I was all clean. And by the time they came in to see me, and, and then they were okay with it because, again, I could take care of myself. I mean, I was still, I wasn't having the problem I was having when I first came in. So, they would have everything prepared for me, and I just go down and let them know, okay, I'm getting in the shower, so so this way, if the monitor, went, and they would know. So, and I loved the staff I have at the hospital I was at. Doctors, I mean, just all working together, very big team, the nurses, um, very friendly, happy, wonderful people. And that is what's important to me, is because as I go through this, happy is what I need, because I feel finding happy things is going to make that road brighter and stronger for me. Now, I will admit, I break down, but my breakdown is not my fear of what's going to happen to mom. And here's one of those times. My fear is for my kids. As soon as I start thinking about my babies, that's what hurts. And God's got a plan for me. And no matter what it is, it's okay. But I don't want my babies to hurt. Let's see. I have to share with you. My husband passed away in 2009 when my youngest was only 8. And then I got the cancer in 2015. And look what happened. It's here at my doorstep again. He is such, all my kids are strong, wonderful children. But that baby has been through so much, so much. So that's where you see my pain. And I'll get past this moment of crying and I'll go find my happy. And I mean, that's what I did in the hospital too, is that, you know, I sat there and it's like, should something happen, what can I give my kids? So I've really been thinking about how they gave me my happy, because that's what I want to leave, is happy. That's what I want to be, is happy. And again, that's to me, that's going to give me my strength to fight, to do what I need to do, and to probably lessen my struggles. Because if I run myself down and wear myself down, worrying about things, where's all my strength to get better? And of course, I'm going to have good cells that are going to get destroyed with the cancer cells. And I need my body to heal itself. It's not going to be able to heal if I'm constantly dragging it down. So these videos are going to be my path. I know right now, of all times, it's Cancer Awareness Month, but in all honesty, you know, some of these copy and pastes on Facebook, the thoughts are appreciated. But again, I don't want people feeling sad for me. This is about making sure that I give my kids the best, as I've always tried to do my entire life. And my best is making sure that I can be there to support them just as much as them saying, hey, Mom, I'm thinking about you today. Awesome. Go for it. So again, I hope these videos help someone else. Again, I'm just telling you how I'm feeling. And, because again, I'm not Joe and I'm not Mary. I came out of cancer strong once, and I can do it again. And then again, I may not. But I know that I can take positive things, and as I go through this, make it the best way I can. And I like to, tell people, look at your day. And I have some parents that I became very good friends with. I'm still friends with the families, the children. We got together a lot over the summer. The ladies and I now, we have breakfast after the kids go to school every 2 weeks. And I told everybody, I said, all right, you've got to come with the funniest thing that happened to you in the last 2 weeks while we didn't see each other. So that when we meet for breakfast, it's to have fun and enjoy life. And even if it means, I was doing it, I was writing on a piece of paper, okay, this happened today. Or, this happened. So when I got done, by the time I got done 2 weeks, I had a bunch of little stuff, either happy or funny, that I could pick which one was the best one. And I'll have to share this one with you that a parent shared with me. And this is why I like I said, just happy, upbeat, everything. The one parent, she was really struggling with what was funny that happened. And then all of a sudden it came to mind. She was walking down her hallway, at night. And her daughter, who wasn't yet 3, was in the hallway and she didn't know it. And she used a funny voice and she went, "There you are." And it scared her half to death. She said she almost gave her daughter a boot down the stairs. So we all cracked up laughing. It's just, so whatever your struggle is, whatever you need, whether it's what Joe needs, Mary needs, what you need. I just ask that you try to find the happy. And again, I'm just going to do what I can to get through this in the best way I know how, and continue to be the best mother I can. Thank you for listening. I'll be back.